Now these guys, they never get off the couch, and now today they won't get on the couch. Unbelievable.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Brittany with the Seniors Blue Book, and this morning we are live with Lisa from Liana Venice, and it looks like we have a special guest here, Lisa.
We do. We actually have two, and I'll try to show you. I have two
Oh,
rescued greyhounds that were racers at the track, and one is from Sarasota and one is from Sanford. There used to be about 11 racing tracks in Florida, and after Amendment 13, they have discontinued racing, and it'll be phasing out by the end of the year. In some states, it is still legal, and there will be simulcast, you know, I think at Sarasota Kennel maybe, but for the most part, I'm pleased to say that the racing is phasing out as an industry. So, but COVID actually has kind of expedited it. So there are many, many foster homes that are needed and adoption. So I'm always a big advocate for that. I adopted my two, and as you can see, they took over our world.
I was just gonna say, so let's talk about the size of your babies. So how much do they weigh?
Well, they don't, as you can see, they're very thin. Not because we don't feed them, God knows. They have very, very high metabolism. Of course, they're very vascular animals, which makes them able to pump blood faster and sprint. They're not endurance animals, which is why they're racers. And they have a history of what they used to use them for was coursing, live hunting, you know, way, way in the old days. They're actually one of the oldest purebred dogs in the world. They date back to, you know, Pharaoh times, and at some point royalty was only allowed to have them. So I feel very privileged.
Well, you are royalty. So let's introduce them. Let's go back real quick and let's hear their names. And oh, hi.
So there's Lucy.
Lucy.
And Lucy comes from Sarasota. And actually she raced all over Florida. She actually won some races, and they can run about 45 miles an hour, which is close to a cheetah. Actually, they're the fastest running dogs of any breed.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're sight hounds, so they can just, you know, see something from a billion miles away, and we've had that happen here in my community. So you have to really, you know, hold them good. But for the most,
Lucy, I can't even run a fourth as fast as you can.
oh God, you're not kidding. They're amazing. And she was there longer, and unfortunately, a lot of the dogs are in the cages for about 23 hours a day.
Wow.
So, but you know, I've kind of seen both sides of things as well. And there are many, many caring people at the kennels and the rescue groups, and everybody's really committed to finding them homes. I just think as an industry, it's difficult. So, and it will continue. There's a lot of money to be made. One of her siblings actually was sold for $85,000.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
So success. So, you know, it's like horse racing or anything like that. When there's a lot of money to be made, things will continue. But
well, look at the life that Lucy has now. Look at, she is just laid up on your couch taking over.
Yes, in fact, we had a smaller couch, and we had to buy a sectional for the two of them. We literally went out and bought a sectional. This afternoon, as you know, some people know I have a teeny weeny little Barbie doll car, and they don't really fit. And this afternoon, we're going out to look at a bigger car. So,
you know, it's their world, and we just live in it, right?
It absolutely is. I have to show you something too. I'll be right back, ladies.
Hi, Lucy.
One of our dreams is to go on the road with them when we retire, if we can ever retire. And we want to go in a little Winnebago. And I don't know if anybody can see,
yeah,
but I have their two pictures right there.
Oh my gosh, they're in the window looking out. Come on.
Looking out. So that's how much they've taken over our life.
Best life ever.
Oh, it's the best life to have them. Oh, good. I can finally get them both in at once. So
And who do we have over here?
this is Evie. She was named after our grandmothers. Actually, they used to have racing names, of course. But this little girl here was from Sanford, and she didn't race a lot. She went through the training and things like that, but fortunately COVID shut down a lot of the tracks and things like that, and they, started having them be fostered. I work with a wonderful group that I have to mention. They're called Adoptable Greyhounds of Florida. Janet and Bob, hello. They started it about, I don't even know, 25 years ago or something, where they worked to adopt out as the animals became injured and couldn't race anymore and things like that. And they're just simply amazing people. And they helped, God, I don't know how many, probably thousands of animals find homes. They actually have 8 greyhounds in their house.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, it's a real circus.
That's amazing. That's like my dream with dachshunds. Like I want to have 12 little wieners running around my house at all times.
Exactly. Oh, I wish your doggy was on. We'll have to.
I know. So just to update everybody too, this is Lisa, if you're just joining us from Liana, and we're doing a kind of a pet edition this morning. I jumped on the road over in Venice for a meeting, but I have 4 fur babies at home, and we'll have to do this again in the future, and I'll see if I can get all of them. Mine will not lay like that in the background though, as good as yours. Mine will be running and jumping on my face because that's just how they are. That's how they roll.
Yes.
But aren't they just are life changing. They're like my own children. I mean, I don't have human children, so they truly are. I feel like they are a part of my life, and it's just amazing.
We have human children, and they are so like our children.
They're second fiddle now.
Yes, but yeah, because they're grown, so, but these are our babies now, and they're pet certified, both of them, although Lucy's had a little bit more difficult life, and she's not as amenable to socialization, but this one is a love bug, and I brought her into work, and the residents absolutely adore her because first of all, she's so tall that she's wheelchair kind of height too, so anybody that's using a wheelchair can pet her, and she just loves the love, and of course their unconditional love, and they're amazing. I mean, we've always rescued animals, but these guys here have just put a whole different slant on our life, for sure.
Absolutely. They are. That's what I've said that so many times, that they are the definition of unconditional love.
Absolutely.
And you just don't, unfortunately, you don't always get that from human beings. So when you come home from work or whatever time of the day it is, it's always like time to love. And that's their motto.
Absolutely. And that's the way we feel too. And so many people, especially older folks at home, a lot of people think that, oh my God, they're greyhounds, they need to run, 40 miles a day. This is pretty much what they do most of the day. I mean, literally. They did not want to go to work with me today because they didn't want to get off the couch. So
well, they've been running for years. This is their time to relax. They're in retirement, right?
Exactly. They are retired racers. Yeah. I mean, the race is actually very quick. It's like a minute or less even. And they usually race 1 to 2 times a week. And the rest of the time, pretty much they're in the cage. But they're just couch potatoes. You hear about that, but it's really, really true.
Well, I just want to come like snuggle between them and just lay and cuddle them.
You're certainly welcome. There's actually room on the couch because now we've gotten a big IKEA sectional here.
That's awesome. Well, let's jump over real quick to Liana. Let's kind of focus in on just any updates. I know in the last few weeks, with the governor allowing visitors, talk about kind of how you guys have changed, and kind of pivoted in that way.
We are so thrilled to be able to have our families back. It's not completely in the way, we were used to having families, but people can visit one-to-one now without, a piece of glass in between them. It's much more intimate. So we're moving more towards that and really looking forward to that. It's beautiful to see, truly. It's been a long, long time for everyone. And,
Absolutely.
we're still extremely careful. Of course, people have to gown up and, the whole 9 yards, because we want to remain COVID free for our residents. We've been COVID free the whole time. So we're taking it very slowly and seriously, and families have been very patient, waiting, and we appreciate that. And our loved ones, where are you, baby?
Lucy's sitting up listening.
She's tired. They are very happy to see everybody, and we're happy to have everybody back. And we can't wait till someday we can have the big party, and have everybody back in, because they're a huge part of our community, families.
Definitely. And I've been saying through this whole thing that I couldn't wait until there was some kind of lenience in that way, safe lenience for people to go in and just hold their loved ones, or even if they were just within a few feet of them, just to be able to see them, because we know there's been so many, everybody I think mentally is going through something with this, right? Any age, anybody, but particularly our seniors that are in communities, not being able to see their loved ones has had a major effect on them. So I'm just happy to hear that that's starting back up and to add in some normalcy to their lives.
We are too. And I'm guessing that we're going to see people really feel a lot better, aches and pains, things like that. I mean, we're social beings. We need to have our families. And so.
Absolutely. Well, also real quick, how are you conducting tours for anybody listening that would be interested in Liana?
Yeah, thank you for asking me, just because that's been a piece too, because I love to have people in my community. It's a beautiful place to be. And that's the way people can really feel how a community feels. You don't, unless you have to, you don't want to pick out a community without meeting all the staff and, meeting other residents. So we just started the tours yesterday. I had the first tour. Awesome. And it's so nice to be able to show off, in essence, what we're doing and what we're all about. So we can do that. I have a couple more this week. We're doing it short. We're not hanging around, so to speak. And we're doing it kind of in dinner times so that residents are away, just to reduce kind of any exposure.
That makes sense. Do they need to come in when they come in? Do they go through like a temperature check and obviously they'd be wearing a mask? And
yes, people are even gowned up, masks, the whole 9 yards, the questionnaires, everything that staff or other visitors go through. And they're more than willing to do that, of course, because they want to see firsthand. Before that, we were doing sort of looking through the windows and FaceTiming and emailing pictures, but it's a whole different thing to be on site and
definitely
looking and feeling.
I was just gonna say, you can see things, but being able to feel the culture and being able to kind of get a good idea for the personality of the community is so important.
Exactly. And the way our community is built, it was built from the ground up. It's a customized building for memory care folks that need memory care support. So the lighting, the wraparound ability to walk and the little seating areas and the wide hallways, you can't really feel how that feels by a picture. So.
Well, it's exciting. That's good news. And if anybody is looking to get a hold of you, what is the best phone number to reach you at? And then where are you located specifically?
Yeah, we're on 2321 East Venice Avenue in Venice. And anybody can call my personal cell phone, 860-304-5140. I'm happy to talk to anybody. I was talking to somebody last night, 11 o'clock at night. And just to help people along their journey. It might just be a resource that they need, or they might be looking to have their loved one in the community. Either way, Absolutely. It's fine. I'm from the area. If I don't know something, I know somebody that does, and I'm happy to help families.
Awesome. Well, I want to say thank you to you and your babies this morning. Thank you for sharing them with us. I always love meeting any fur baby. So it was cute. Make sure everybody who's tuning in to give Lisa a call. They're fantastic memory care in Venice. And any other last words of wisdom before we come off the live stream?
No, except, you know, these girls are famous. Of course, they have been, not this one, but they have been published before. So they're used to fame. And anyone that ever wants to talk to me about adoption or rescue, please do that as well. And I hope everyone stays safe and well. And thank you so much for having us, even though the other one is retired to a different bed, but she says goodbye as well.
So as long as they're comfortable.
That's the bottom line.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Again, this is Brittany with the Seniors Blue Book, and hope everybody has a wonderful day. And Lisa, we'll see you soon.
Thank you. You too, Brittany.